Wagner Group, Putin's secret private army. In the shadows of geopolitical intrigue, a clandestine force has emerged as a focal point of speculation and concern. The Wagner Group, Putin's secret private army. This enigmatic entity, shrouded in secrecy, has become a subject of intense scrutiny, capturing the imagination of geopolitical analysts, policymakers, and the public alike. Origins of the Wagner Group. The enigmatic origins of the Wagner Group, often described as Putin's secret private army, are steeped in the geopolitical complexities of the early 2010s. This clandestine entity, deliberately shrouded in secrecy, is believed to have emerged as a response to Russia's evolving global strategy during this period. Speculations abound regarding the mastermind behind its establishment, with fingers pointing to individuals closely connected to the Kremlin, raising intriguing questions about the motivations driving the creation of such a paramilitary force and the extent of its association with the Russian state apparatus. The clandestine nature of the Wagner Group's inception adds an additional layer of intrigue to its genesis. Some suggest that its roots lie in the sphere of influence surrounding President Vladimir Putin, a claim that, while speculative, aligns with the general perception of the group's proximity to the corridors of power in Moscow. This deliberate opaqueness raises questions not just about the individuals instrumental in its formation, but also about the underlying strategic calculus that prompted the establishment of a private military company with such purported ties to the Kremlin. Modus operandi. The Wagner Group's modus operandi constitutes a complex tapestry that intertwines military prowess with a penchant for clandestine operations. Operating as a private military company, it is purported to engage in conflicts where Russia has strategic interests, showcasing a dual nature that straddles both conventional military tactics and covert maneuvers. This multifaceted approach raises fundamental questions about the extent to which the Wagner Group operates autonomously versus being intricately connected to the broader strategy of the Russian state. In the theater of global conflict, the Wagner Group's involvement in regions like Eastern Europe and the Middle East is characterized by a certain strategic ambiguity. Its deployment in theaters such as the Syrian civil war and the Ukrainian crisis suggests a willingness to operate in areas where Russian state interests are at play. Geopolitical impact. The geopolitical impact of the Wagner Group reverberates far beyond the borders of the regions it is purportedly active in. Its involvement in conflicts becomes a geopolitical chess piece, positioned strategically to advance Russia's interests on the global stage. The private military company's role in regions of strategic importance raises critical questions about the intersection between state-sponsored military initiatives and the use of private entities as extensions of national power. The Wagner Group's activities introduce complexities into the realm of global security, prompting discussions about the evolving nature of conflict and the blurred lines between traditional military operations and the deployment of private forces. Implications for global security. The implications of the Wagner Group's existence and activities extend beyond the immediate theaters of conflict. Its involvement introduces nuanced dynamics that challenge existing frameworks of global security. Questions about accountability, the erosion of traditional norms governing state conduct, and the evolving nature of warfare come to the forefront. The use of a private military company as a tool of geopolitical influence raises concerns about the potential for unbridled power and the impact on the international order. Furthermore, the Wagner Group's activities prompt a reassessment of the international community's response to the use of private military companies in conflict zones. Navigating the shifting landscape. The continued uncertainties surrounding the Wagner Group add layers to an already intricate narrative. The elusive nature of its operations, combined with the strategic ambiguity surrounding its ties to the Russian state, fosters an environment of speculation and conjecture. Analysts and policymakers grapple with the challenge of deciphering the true extent of the group's influence and its role within the broader framework of Russia's geopolitical maneuvers. In geopolitical circles, debates persist regarding the level of autonomy the Wagner Group maintains in its operations. While some contend that it operates as a de facto extension of Russian state power, others posit that its activities might involve a degree of independence, fueling speculation about the dynamics between the Kremlin and this secretive private military entity. Evolving strategies. As global dynamics evolve, the Wagner Group is forced to adapt its strategies to navigate the ever-shifting geopolitical landscape. The group's involvement in conflicts across different regions underscores its agility and the versatility of its approach. Observers are left to ponder whether the Wagner Group is a reactive force, responding to emerging geopolitical trends, or a proactive actor, shaping events to align with Russian strategic objectives. The group's ability to seamlessly integrate into diverse conflict scenarios further complicates the analysis of its role. Whether engaged in conventional warfare or employing covert tactics, the Wagner Group showcases a capacity for versatility that challenges traditional paradigms of military engagement. International responses. The international community grapples with formulating a coordinated response to the challenges posed by entities like the Wagner Group. The use of private military companies in conflict zones raises ethical, legal, and diplomatic questions that demand a unified approach. The absence of clear guidelines for regulating the activities of such entities highlights the need for an international dialogue aimed at establishing norms and mechanisms for oversight. Countries around the world, particularly those directly impacted by the Wagner Group's activities, find themselves at a crossroads. Balancing the imperative to address security concerns with the necessity of upholding international norms becomes a delicate diplomatic dance. The broader landscape. The Wagner Group, while capturing headlines and sparking discussions, is just one element in a broader landscape where the intersection of private military forces and geopolitics is increasingly prevalent. As technological advancements and shifting global power dynamics redefine the nature of conflict, the role of private military companies becomes a critical facet of the contemporary security paradigm. This broader landscape prompts reflections on the potential emergence of similar entities in different geopolitical contexts. Questions about the role of private military forces in influencing state behavior, the erosion of traditional norms, and the implications for global stability become central themes in scholarly and policy discussions. The Wagner Group remains an enigma within the global geopolitical landscape. Its origins, modus operandi, and geopolitical impact intertwined to create a narrative that challenges traditional frameworks of analysis. As the international community grapples with the complexities posed by the Wagner Group and similar entities, the need for a nuanced understanding of their role becomes imperative. The Wagner Group's existence and activities compel scholars, policymakers, and global citizens to confront fundamental questions about the nature of power, the evolution of conflict, and the adequacy of existing international norms. As the enigma of the Wagner Group continues to unfold, it serves as a harbinger of the challenges posed by the intersection of private military forces and statecraft in an era where the traditional boundaries of warfare and security are increasingly blurred. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.